Class, tomorrow we will be doing a measurement activity in which we will be seeing how far a paper frog can jump. This video will teach you how to fold a paper frog. You will need to find a hard, flat surface to fold on to ensure you get good folds, and a single sheet of paper. A pair of scissors are optional. You will need to bring your paper frogs with you to school in order to complete the measurement activity. A prize will be rewarded to the furthest jumping frog, so feel free to make more than one and bring your best one to school with you. Some things to consider, and that we will be discussing tomorrow in class. Does the kind of paper used make a difference on how far the frog jumps? Why? Does changing the fold for the frog's legs make a difference in how far it can jump? Why? Does a smaller frog jump farther than a bigger frog? And why might that be? Think about those questions for tomorrow.
Okay, here is how we make our paper frog. We're going to begin by making our sheet of paper square. So we need to first make this into a square, and we're going to do that by folding one of the corners towards the long edge of the paper. And we're going to make sure to get that even with this side. So we'll be very careful to even that up with the side. And make a crease here on the diagonal. So when we fold this bottom portion here is the extra part we will not be needing. So we need to be able to remove this bottom piece. So I'm going to go ahead and flip the paper over, and we're going to fold this bottom piece so that we can easily either cut or tear it free. So I'm going to fold it over here, and I'm going to make this a very strong crease. And since I'm not using scissors, I'm going to fold it back and forth a few times to make sure I have a very strong crease so that I don't get a messy tear when I tear this. If you have a pair of scissors, you can go ahead and just cut along that line to make your sheet of paper square. Okay? So I folded this a few times, and now I'm going to tear, and I'm going to take it very slow and be very careful so as not to get a messy tear here. So we're going to do a very slow and careful tear to make sure to get a square piece of paper when we're done here. Okay? And so I now have my square sheet here. Now we have a diagonal line across the sheet. We're going to make an opposite diagonal line by folding the other direction. So we're going to take this corner to this side and make our fold here as well. So we're going to make a crease here on this diagonal as well. Okay. So now if I unfold this, we'll see a large X. Okay. So we've made a square sheet with a large X through the middle. Now this next fold is going to be a little bit more complex. We're going to take these two top corners and these two bottom corners, we're going to go ahead and fold them together, but we want these sides to fold in. Okay, so we're going to have them fold in. So we're going to go ahead and fold this so that they come all together like this, and we're going to make a triangle with this. And we may have to tuck this in just a little bit here at the point to make sure that all folds nicely as a triangle. Okay? So we're going to fold this into a triangle. I'll do that one more time so we can see again. I'm taking the four corners here. We're going to bring them to the two sides in together so that those top corners and bottom corners will meet together and form a triangle. Do that from a different angle as well, so it might make it a little easier to see. So we'll take these two sides, we're going to bring them together and fold that in as we fold this paper together and make a triangle. Okay? With this triangle, we're going to take on one of the two sides. The two sides are pretty well identical. On one of the two sides, we're going to take one of the wings, one of these corners, and we'll fold it up towards the top. Do the same on the opposite side. So again, we're folding these two pieces up towards the top here of the triangle. I'm going to flip the frog over. These next two pieces we will fold down lengthwise to have come out the bottom of the frog here. So we're going to go all the way along here. So again, this piece is being folded this way towards the middle of the triangle. Same thing with the other side. We fold this towards the middle of the triangle here. Okay. These two bottom pieces, each of them we're going to fold in half this way. So we're going to fold them in half back towards the outside of the paper. With each of those two pieces. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to do the fold to make the legs so that the frog can jump. So we're going to go ahead and fold this paper. Let me flip it back over here. We're going to fold this paper up. Okay, so again, I flip the frog over. This is going to be the frog's back. I'm going to flip it over, so we're on this part here. I'm going to fold the bottom up, and the distance here that you fold is going to make a difference in the way the frog jumps. So you can play with this on different frogs to see how you can get one that jumps further or farther or higher or different things like that. So I'm going to fold this over this way once, and then about midway on these legs I'm going to fold it back. Okay? Okay, so again, I folded it up, and then midway I folded it back. And so that's going to give the frog his back legs to make him jump. Now, optionally, you can also take these two front pieces and fold them down and back up to kind of give him front legs. So he'll have some front legs there. And there is going to be your paper frog. Don't be afraid of pausing the video or rewinding and rewatching any part of this in order to make sure you get your frog right.